Well, this was a hard day for me to trade. I come off of yesterday feeling very at one with the market. I made $3,000 off just a single contract, just scalping single contract, and was feeling like I couldn't lose. Come in today, and I'm just not seeing the market cleanly at all. Took 3 different trades. We're going to go ahead and recap those from my live stream this morning. Go ahead and sit back, relax. Make sure you press the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel so that you know when the recaps are coming live. And if you want to come hang out during the actual live stream, you can come hang out every morning at 8:20 a.m. Central Time over at my main channel, Trades by Matt. Let's go ahead and dive into the recap of my trades this morning. Hope you're having a good day so far. We've got crude oil inventories at 9:30, wholesale inventories at 9. So it's a crude type of day if you're trading crude. News wise, everything else is pretty non-existent. Top of the hour, we got a little bit of movement potentially, but we'll see what happens. We are opening up right at yesterday's close. That's what this YC down here on my chart means, yesterday's close. You can also see up here at the top, we are only up 0.023%. So basically flat. This is what it looks like. So we swept yesterday's high during the overnight session. So I think the overnight high is what, like 905 or something like that, I want to say. Yeah, right around 905. Then we got kind of slapped off of it, which is pretty interesting. So for me, what I want to see potentially is a retest of yesterday's open, like 785s or so. If we can't hold yesterday's open, 2 different routes here. One route, I would like to see us potentially hold yesterday's open and close kind of around here like a doji for the next leg lower, okay? That's option 1 that I would think would be pretty interesting and normal to see. Just a big impulse move, slow down move, dead move, roll over, right? Something like that. And that would kind of bounce off of 780s, potentially 50 points lower, and probably close right around here, realistically. Another thing that I would like to see is if we do get randomly crazy heavy, which there's no real news on the board for it, and I don't really think it's going to happen, but if we do get crazy heavy and we smack through 780s, then the same thing that applies as did yesterday, which is the 580s rotation. I want to see this wick get traded. These wicks down here, 600, 580, all these wicks down here get traded at some point, and that would require breaking yesterday's low. So if we snap yesterday's open and we break yesterday's close, markets are open. If we break yesterday's open and the close, then I want to see 580s. I would not be shocked to see us hold 780s, and anything above 70, I would be looking for a new or a retest of the highs probably. Okay, there you go. That's just all off of the daily chart there. And that kind of applies just with how the chart was looking also. It looks like yesterday's value area high is right around there also. That 70 level that I just referenced is also yesterday's value area high. So above value area high, just like on the daily chart, I'm looking for rotations probably up through the overnight highs. Rejecting value area high, I probably look for just actual, downside rotations, something like that. I'm ready for them to update the Robbins leaderboard. I have now traded it for 3 days. The first day, I think I made like $200 or $300, something like that. Actually, maybe it was like $600. And then the second day I made $300. And then yesterday I made 3,000. I want to see where everybody else is at. I'm feeling pretty patient too. Yesterday it was just like one of those days. Like I'm fine with like a couple $100 days for sure. Yesterday was just one of those days where like, like sometimes you feel like you'd literally just entered the matrix with your trading. It was one of those days for me. I might be interested in the hedge pressure buy here at 40. We got the actual open was at 39.5. Okay, here we go. It's kind of heavy here. I'm waiting. Nice slap into yesterday's pointing control. Okay, good slaps. Round it out into the magical 20s. Might not get a fill here. I'm long one. That is technically a hedge pressure break on the Nasdaq. Nice slap. That's 30 points. This is at least interesting. The most interesting thing that's happened so far. Should have shorted the 70s. That was the level that I was talking about. Like, we got to get through that in order to really push, and we just rejected it pretty nicely. Should have shorted it earlier, but it was just too early in the day for me to really want to do that, unfortunately. I think honestly, realistically, we're probably looking more like the VWAP play, but just leave it like this for right now. Wow, we're only 2.5 minutes into the candle too. That happened very quick. Very early. I'll get into some sellers now. Potentially. Trying to pop 32. Yesterday's point of control. We popped 32. Should run a little bit. Here's 32. Testing it. Trying. Top of the range. There we go. Just hanging out yesterday's point of control. Right at settlement as well. Yesterday's close. All that stuff's happening right around here. Still getting a little bit of sellers here. I think I got up to about 10 points, maybe in the money, or right around 10 points for just a second. Got 10 seconds left on this close. See how we kind of close out. There's a new candle. Quick sweep to the downside. Got 64% short on the Nasdaq. We do have some sellers coming through. All right, I'm down 7 points. 6 points. Somewhere around there. I'm just trying to give it just a little breath to see what it wants to do. If this candle closes above my blue line algo, above the 25 level that we just tapped, blue line algo is so strong. If we close above 25, I will hold on to this thing. If we don't, it'll be pretty shaky on me holding on to it. Potentially we'll be killing it before. But closing above 25 will be a nice hammer. And I like that type of price action look. Without it, Delta kind of doing what it's doing, kind of mid. Target for me is middle of the range. Other targets I need to be aware of and cognizant of would be 40 opening range low. So how we respond at 40 opening range low, I need to be just aware of as we get closer there. And then we got VWAP above and cycle level at 50. So I'm still just targeting the middle of the range here. All right, back above yesterday's close, back above yesterday's point of control, pushing the top of the little short-term range. From 10 points up to 10 points down, back to 10 points up. I mean, kind of choppy still. We'll see if we can get that continued movement up. Pretty strong close, looks good to me. And let's just get that continued push a couple points higher. Trying to potentially rotate off the top of the range again. I'm watching it. We got some sellers trying to show up here. I'm going to go ahead and put a sell stop in here. If we go back down, we probably go back into actual 20 or lower. So I'll play the retest of that level and just go ahead and take a break even. I like the little 50% retrace of this candle and bounce out of it. I think it makes sense, but we still have some sellers at play here. So at this point, this trade is... I have my hands off of my keyboard. No hotkeys for me. I either take the break even, which I'm probably about to have to do right now. Yep, there's the break even. And there's the rotation lower. No follow through on this. I mean, a really strong candle, honestly, on the 5 minute. Really strong candle and literally not a single bit of follow through to the upside. It is what it is. I took 10 points up to 10 points down to a little over 10 points up and then ended up break even. What does that mean? Maybe just take the 10 points, Matt. Maybe. Honestly, maybe. Rotating off volume. It's nice. Here's the 730s. Also kind of interesting down here. Like if you had this stop, buying value area low with stops on that swing low on the 1 minute, I'm risking 8 points there. Hello, slap. Risking 8 points there. It's not terrible. 8 ticks, excuse me. 8 ticks. Right into value area low. The kick up back up into like 30s or so. Something like that would be really juicy, but it might not happen. It might just get full swept real quick. That was kind of a dirty slap. Should be what, 80 bucks? Yeah, I'm risking 80 bucks. Looking for like 140. I think the rotation to 40 looks a little cleaner like that off of this green candle. I mean, this is a 25 tick candle or more. Kind of aggressive. Risking 4 points on the Nasdaq. I kind of like to think about it that way. I like to have the Nasdaq as the denominator because I'm pretty used to how it moves, obviously, at this point. A little bit more understanding of like grabbing 4 points out of the Nas. We got 73% long now on the Nas. I got to look over. We can see if we get stopped out in a second. We're at 82% long on the Nas right now. That's very long. I'll try a little stab short here. Currently not getting the same match on the buying side. We're going to sweep that high, which we just did. Still not really going on yet. Down 7 points. Tilt is 81% long on the Nas. Coming into yesterday's value area high, maybe. Current value area high. Still at 80% long. We're just kind of melting. Fires are starting to look decent again. Oh, we got crude oil news here too. Let me see. Oh, hey-oh. Smack. There's the crude oil news, that VWAP. Still just ripping, huh? This might be a kill. I want to buy stop. Crude is still heavy. I'm going to get stopped out here probably. All right. That's what? 2 losers and a break even? Yeah, 2 losers and a break even. That is enough for me to call it. I was at 39.50. Now I'm at 35.42 after now 4 days of trading.